You're listening to Swift News, your daily news briefing in just 10 minutes. This is episode 59, and it's July 1, 2025. Let's get into today's stories. And on the deep dive, we're taking this comprehensive global briefing and pulling out the key insights and maybe some surprising facts for you. Think of it like a shortcut to getting up to speed on today's big events. We'll move fast, but give you the depth needed to see how things connect.
Exactly. It's a chance to look at what might seem like separate stories.
Yeah.
And really figure out the links. How a political move here might affect markets there, or how space tech lands back on Earth. Should be some aha moments.
Okay, let's jump right in. Politics first. India. Arvind Kejriwal is starting a 3-day tour of Gujarat. This is right after his party had that significant bi-poll win in Vizabadar.
Right, and those local wins, they're often more than just local. They can act as sort of barometers, can't they? Hinting at bigger political currents, maybe shifts before major elections.
So what's the read-through? Could this signal a real shift in momentum, maybe impacting alliances down the line?
It's definitely something political analysts are watching closely. And while we're looking at domestic politics, we also have to zoom out, see the global tensions. There's a new UN watchdog report on Iran's nuclear program. It mentions delays, sure, but
they can still restart enrichment.
that's the key takeaway. The technical capacity is there, potentially by late 2025. And that definitely ramps up tensions with the U.S. It feeds into global stability concerns, introducing uncertainty that affects markets, alliances, the whole picture.
More uncertainty. Meanwhile, in Europe, a pretty big economic shift happening today. Bulgaria just adopted the euro. They're the 21st member of the Eurozone now.
A major step for them. It's not just symbolic, it's a clear strategy aimed at stabilizing their economy, boosting trade, attracting investment, basically reducing currency risk. It's a vote of confidence in the euro.
It's fascinating how these big, high-level things, politics in India, Iran tensions, the Eurozone expanding, how they eventually trickle down.
They really do. That political momentum in India,
Yeah.
it could lead to policy changes affecting, infrastructure in your city or business regulations. And the Iran situation,
Yeah.
it's not just headlines. It can hit global oil prices,
Which means?
which means what you pay at the pump, the cost of goods, even how your investments perform. It's all more connected than we sometimes think.
Speaking of hitting home, let's talk wallets. Indian Railways. That fare hike takes effect today, July 1st.
Right. Anyone booking now pays more. And
And
for millions who rely on trains,
it's not small change. It could really impact household budgets, travel plans, a very direct impact.
absolutely. And linking back to those global tensions, India's Sensex dropped about 200 points today. That's partly a reaction to rising crude oil prices, which, as we said, are sensitive to things like U.S.-Iran relations.
So geopolitics hitting the stock market, but it wasn't all down, was it?
No, interestingly, the Nasdaq was actually up about 1%. Tech showing resilience. It just highlights how complex it is. Global events create waves, but different sectors react differently. Your finances are tied into this intricate web.
Okay, shifting gears slightly within the economy. Some really positive news for smaller businesses in India. MSME credit, that's micro, small and medium enterprises, hit 42 trillion.
That's a huge number, a significant jump year on year. It shows a real push to get capital to small businesses, fueling expansion, jobs, innovation, really the engine of the economy.
That's great context, but growth also brings challenges like supply chains, right? We're still seeing China's dominance in rare earth exports.
Yes, and that's critical. Rare earths are in everything: EVs, electronics, wind turbines, indispensable stuff. China controlling so much of that supply puts pressure on global supply chains, especially for magnets used in tech.
Which raises questions about dependency, future tech.
Exactly. Over-reliance on one source creates vulnerabilities, could stifle innovation, drive up costs for green tech. It's a major strategic issue.
Okay, let's pivot to technology and innovation now. Some really exciting stuff happening. First up, space. India's Shubhanshu Shukla is back from the ISS. Axiom 4 mission complete.
And he brought back breakthrough microgravity data. That's the really exciting part.
Explain that a bit. Why is microgravity data so significant?
Well, things behave differently without strong gravity. You can grow pure crystals, understand diseases better at a cellular level, maybe develop new drugs. Some protein structures, for example, only form properly in space. This data could unlock new materials, medicines, even better solar cells. It's got huge practical potential.
Wow. So literally bringing discoveries back to Earth. And back on the ground, tech's moving fast too. The U.S. Army showed off new AI-driven cyber defenses at Aspen.
Critical stuff. Not just for military networks, but national security in general. Cyber threats are constant, AI can spot and react way faster than humans, protecting infrastructure, data. It's becoming essential.
And then there's communication. Japan's 6G trials, the speed is incredible, 130 gigabits per second.
Mind-bogglingly fast.
Yeah.
Targeting commercial use by 2030, think downloading hundreds of HD movies in seconds. But it's more than just speed. It enables things like true VRR, holographic calls, hyper-connected cities. It'll reshape how we interact with everything.
So space research, AI security, 6G, these aren't sci-fi anymore.
Not at all. They're actively shaping our world right now. Moving from labs into real-world applications that will define the next decade. Security, communication, daily life. It's all changing.
Okay, we also need to cover some serious environmental news. The floods in India are devastating. In Uttarkashi, the death toll from the cloudburst is up to 12. Heavy rain expected there until July 3rd.
And it's not just Uttarkashi. Himachal Pradesh floods claimed 15 lives. Alerts out for Kerala, Jammu and Kashmir too.
It's just tragic. A stark reminder of nature's power.
It really is. And sadly, we're seeing these extreme weather events become more frequent, more intense globally. Climate change plays a role, sometimes development in vulnerable areas too. It highlights the urgent need for climate adaptation, resilient infrastructure. Protecting lives is paramount.
Amidst that sobering news, though, there is some positive environmental action. Brazil's Amazon reforestation efforts have hit 6 million trees planted in 2025.
That's fantastic news. A significant step towards healing a vital ecosystem. These efforts help biodiversity absorb carbon. It shows positive action is possible, even with the huge challenges.
It really does. It shows that global challenge, but also local human ingenuity and effort.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Like Canada's solar farms, now powering 900,000 homes. It proves we have the capacity for solutions. Change can happen.
And that spirit leads perfectly into some really inspiring individual stories. Like a teacher in Kenya developed a mobile STEM lab, reaching 8,000 rural students.
Incredible initiative, bringing science and tech education directly to those who might otherwise miss out, breaking down barriers.
And in India, an engineer created a low-cost water purifier. It's helping 5,000 people in Uttar Pradesh get clean water.
These are the stories that show real impact at the grassroots level. It's often individuals seeing a need in their community and just creating a solution. Practical, scalable. It's how fundamental change often happens.
Okay, let's round things out with some sports and culture. Moments of celebration. Cricket fans are happy. India won the Test series against England in Chennai.
Yes, a great victory. And Rishabh Pant hitting that century.
Propelled him to third in the ICC rankings, a huge achievement. And elsewhere, Manchester City are celebrating their Club World Cup win. Big moment for them.
Sporting wins like these, they just have this power to unify, don't they? National pride, club pride, moments of shared joy.
Definitely. And culturally, today is National Doctors' Day in India, a chance to appreciate the incredible work doctors do, especially after recent years.
A well-deserved recognition. And speaking of culture reaching globally, Nigeria's Nollywood Festival in Toronto drew 60,000 people.
Wow, 60,000. That shows the amazing reach and influence of African cinema.
It really does. It underlines the importance of celebrating contributions, celebrating cultural diversity. News isn't just problems, it's achievements, community, culture too.
So that wraps up our deep dive for July 1st, 2025. We've gone from politics in India and Iran to the Eurozone markets, then tech breakthroughs in space and on the ground, environmental challenges and successes, and some truly inspiring people.
The goal, as always, was to connect those dots for you, offer a concise but comprehensive picture.
Exactly. So here's a final thought to leave you with.
Given how interconnected everything is, politics affecting markets, climate driving innovation, how might you track these connections more consciously in your own life? How can you use that understanding to stay informed and maybe anticipate what's next?
Something to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive today. Keep exploring the world with curiosity and feel free to share your own insights.